Hi everyone. For our assignment 2, I will be exploring the Canva website, and I thought that the best way to demonstrate its features for you was to create a video presentation. So the first thing I'll do is find Canva for you. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Then I'll actually show you the Canva website and some of the things that it can do. And then we'll talk about its educational applications, its strengths and weaknesses, and then I'll share a few of my concluding thoughts about Canva. So when I was trying to define Canva, I asked ChatGPT, and this was the output that it gave me. And I thought it was a really good description in about 4 or 5 sentences. Canva is a web-based design platform, a graphic design platform, and you can make so many things. It says here it has a wide range of visual content. It really does. It's almost endless. You can make anything from pictures to videos. And it offers a really user-friendly interface, so it's really good for beginners. There are a lot of templates that you can modify, or you can upload your own things, and it does have a lot of stock photos as well. So it's good for individuals if you're trying to make something for your family, like a birthday invitation. Small businesses, this would be a great platform to make business cards or make your design elements for your website. So you can make really professional looking graphic design elements at a really easy pace, and you don't have to have a real lot of design skill in order to do this. Canva is available for free. They also have a paid version, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. And some of the options are available to the free version, and some are only available in the paid version. But again, you can really make an endless variety of graphic elements with this platform. So it's really pretty cool. So let's take a look at what Canva actually looks like. Its website is just canva.com. And when you go to the Canva website, this is what you'll see. Across the top, they have the little drop-down menus, and the first one has their basic design elements in it. So you can see that it will make docs for you and presentations. You can edit PDFs. You can edit video. You can make YouTube videos. You can edit photos. You can make business cards, t-shirts, labels, logos for your company or your school district, flyers and posters, brochures, all kinds of social media posts. They even have a QR code generator. So this is just the tip of the iceberg of what this website provides. The business tab, you can see that it's kind of geared towards small businesses. It can help you with your brand management and your marketing skills. It also has a little real estate element as well. So there's a variety of options here for businesses. They also cater to education. They have tabs just for teachers and for students. They have tons and tons of free resources for teachers. So you could just find worksheets on here, or if you're trying to come up with a lesson, you could just start searching for that lesson and you'll see a bunch of examples that pop up. It does integrate with your learning management systems. That's something that your district administration has to be involved with, though. They would have to contact Canva and set that up before the teachers could take the elements from Canva and put it in their own LMS pages. And they do have options for colleges and universities as well. They do have a free version, and then they have a pro version. If you just do the free version, you have limits to what you can do. The pro version is full access. It's $15 a month. But if you're an educator, you can enter in your school district and the grades that you teach and the subject that you teach, and Canva will verify that. And then you can get the pro version for free. So that's a really good option for educators. And then they have a team capability as well. And the last menu here across the top, this is Canva's help center basically, and their design school. So I think this is a really nice feature that they're going to show you how to make a lot of the commonly made things in Canva. So this kind of reminds me of the Adobe website and how they have help videos built right into their platform. The other main feature of the Canva website is their big blue, purple ombre banner that you see going across the top here. And they have some pre-made buttons here that you can click on to find things to make. You can also search within the text box there, but you can see that they can make documents for you. And you can work on a computer or a tablet or your phone. So the Canva app is very user-friendly as well. You can make presentations, just like a PowerPoint presentation. There's all kinds of social media posts that you can create. They have templates already made for Instagram and for Facebook and for LinkedIn. So if you're a professional and you're trying to create a certain brand, or you want all of your images and your style to be consistent, you can create those things here. You can do all kinds of video creation and video editing. So you can see you can make a Facebook video, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So that could be an educational application if teachers wanted their students to make a video. They also have a wide variety of print products. And I can show you one in a moment that I've made. But they also have a variety of website templates as well. So this, I think, could be a cool application for students. Maybe if you were in a cooking class, you could have students create a website for a recipe. So it would have the recipe and step-by-step instructions for how to make it. Or in some of these print products, you can scroll through and you can see that you could probably have your students create a cookbook where they could create a variety of pages of different recipes within that one document. One of the things that I made when I saw these print products was this. This was an idea that I actually got from Pinterest. This was a business card that I found in Canva, and then I edited it to make a sub-ticket. I thought this was a really clever idea. It's just a front and a back, so I could print this off and then leave these with a substitute teacher when I'm gone for a day, and they could hand these out to students who are being very helpful, and then when I return, I could reward my students with like extra credit or a free homework assignment or something like that. If you click on the More option, this banner down below has a huge variety of options that you can search. So you can see there's CD covers, there's magazine covers, there's book covers. So our English department does an assignment where they have students create book covers or movie posters. So there's another educational application there. You could have students find a template and modify it for whatever book or movie they were reading and watching and reviewing. They do have gazillions of worksheets for a variety of different subjects. So you could search those. You can make comic strips, etc. But one thing that jumped out to me was the infographics. And I actually did this with my students when I was teaching geometry. I would have them do this on paper, make it like a poster board, and they had to have a theme. And this was a way to review all of the geometry vocabulary that we talk about in Chapter 1. So I was just finding a design, a template in Canva here. This was about self-care at the beginning of the school year. So you can see down here, I haven't edited this part. This was what the original template was. And then I started playing around with the first couple of pictures up at the top just to see how user-friendly it is. And it's actually very user-friendly. But when you're editing, you have over on the left-hand side, you have basically your little dashboard where you can add different elements. So if I wanted to add a little sunshine, I can just grab it and drag it over, and then I can adjust the size. But then these pictures I found in Canva as well, because they have a large variety of stock photos. So you can see I have parallel lines showing in the deck railing. I have a right angle shown in these landscaping bricks. So if I wanted to find one for vertical angles, I can just type that in and then click on photos. And then here's this nice pretty picture of the stained glass that has vertical angles in it. And you can just click that and drag that right over to the poster, and it drops right into that space for you. And then the text boxes, you can just type right over those. And in the other text box here where they have a description, this is where you can use the AI feature. It's called Magic Write. So this is a new part of Canva, and it's very, very similar to ChatGPT. So you just have to click on everything that's in the text box, and then down in the lower right-hand corner, there's this little starry blue button. So when you click on that, one of the options is Edit with Magic Write. And that pulls up what was in the text box. So obviously I don't want to say that. I don't want it to generate taking care of myself. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to type in what I want. I want it to define vertical angles for me in 2 sentences. And when I hit generate, it automatically pops the definition into the text box for me. And I think that's a pretty good definition of vertical angles. And it gave me 2 very nice, concise sentences. So this would be a really good application of Canva with my geometry students. They could totally do this project all in Canva. They could find pictures with the stock photos, or they could upload their own. They could add their other text if they wanted to. It has a little upload button off to the side, so there are some images there, or videos, or audio that you can upload. It does have a wide variety of apps as well. So as I scroll through here on the left, you can see there's so many options for what you can do with the templates and modifying them, and the other sites that Canva will connect with. So let's go back to my presentation here, and I'll kind of talk a little bit more about some of the other educational applications of Canva. They do have templates for newsletters. That's really good for maybe elementary school teachers, where they could produce a bi-weekly or monthly newsletter about what's going on in their classroom. There's Meet the Teacher pages that you can design, or students could do the All About Me page. Some teachers have a daily slide where they go over their daily schedule, or they have like a bell ringer. So you could design one that had like a consistent format for every chapter, or just for your classroom, or you could have just more design options than what's available in a PowerPoint or Google Doc. You can also create presentations, like a slide presentation for lessons. I showed you how you could make classroom passes or my little reward cards. You can also make Google Classroom banners, or like Canvas banners, or just any type of graphic for your learning management system. And actually our technology department has worked with our district communication department to do some of that. So we've created consistent buttons for our Canvas page that they've provided for all of the teachers. So you can see it's using black and gold because those are Sycamore's colors. And there's email me in gold, and there's email me in black. There's announcements in gold. There's the weekly agenda in black and in gold. So that way all the teachers are using the exact same signage, so it's more consistent for students. We've also created banners that can go across our Canvas pages, or even on the messages that go out from the district to parents. They can have a consistent formatting there as well. The signage, if you made any like posters that you wanted to hang up in your classroom, you could have a consistent theme for those, or anything that's being hung around the building. So, you know, administration could also use Canva to design posters to say when tutoring is, or something like that. You could make flyers or programs for different extracurricular activities, like for plays. Students can definitely collaborate with each other. There's lots of brainstorming templates in Canva, and you can also share your work with someone else in Canva, just like you can with a Google Doc. So you just type in their email address and it'll show up in their shared with me folder. Canva does have storyboards as well. I did that for one of my previous grad classes, actually, when I was taking visual literacy. We had to do a storyboard for our video, and so I found a template in Canva and I edited it. I didn't want to draw all of the scenes by hand, so I just used clip art to put into each of the little boxes, and then I typed a description for each of the scenes. So again, that's another really good educational application. There's tons of video presentations and projects that you could make. There's video and photo editing. There's website design as well. I can show you some of the photo editing features. It's pretty user friendly and pretty intuitive. I don't think it's maybe as high level as some, professionals might desire, but if you're just trying to edit a photo to use on some video or a post, this would be a great tool. So we went to Niagara Falls over the summer. This is a video that either me or my daughter took. I thought it was just really cool with the rainbow going over the waterfall, but there are a few birds in the background. So they do have a magic eraser in Canva. So you just click on magic eraser and then you click on what you want to erase, and it takes a few moments, and then it just kind of blurs the surroundings, the surrounding pixels to kind of fill in that area. So that's really cool. And then you can also add elements. You can add text. So again, if you want to add a text box to this photo, if you're getting ready to make like an Instagram post, you can use the magic right again to generate some text for you. So let's say I want an inspirational quote about the power of waterfalls. Woo, that's a huge quote. But we'll go with it. So then you can move that around, and you can see how the purple lines help you align everything on your photo. And then you can change your text color, and whoop, let me highlight everything. Change your text color. There we go. You can even change your font, and it will suggest some good ones to use. So maybe like Black Mango. Okay, there you go. So you can do way more with the photo editing as well. And again, if you have your own photos uploaded in here or your own videos, you can upload your own items, and then you can edit your videos as well. It does have QR code generators. It does have resumes. I think I mentioned that. I can't remember if I mentioned that in the beginning or not, but that's one of the templates that they have. I know I have a lot of senior students at my high school that will come to me and ask me to write them letters of recommendation, and they always give me their resumes so that I have more information to put in the letter. So that's a definite educational application there as well. I showed you my infographic. You've already seen some of the templates that are available. So again, there really are pretty much endless possibilities. And I've talked about some of these strengths already. You can see them listed there, but some of the weaknesses are its storage size. If you have the free version, you only get 5 gigabytes of storage, but if you have the Pro version, you get 1 terabyte. So that's a significant improvement there. The Magic Write AI text generator, if you have the free version, you only get 50 generations. So you can only do that 50 times per month. So if you were a teacher making, what do I want to say, the handouts for your classroom, or I think if you were trying to generate something for your class and autofill that text, it would burn through those 50 uses pretty quick. But if you have the Pro version, that's going to be $500 per month. So that gives you a lot more ability to create. Some of the sources that I found did say that there was limited customization. I would have to play around with it more to really know that. I've kind of found limits in, since I'm a math teacher, I kind of found limits in some of the math that it has available. It has a lot of elementary school stuff, like a lot of math worksheets or flashcards or posters. But when you get to the higher level math, like calculus, there's not as much there. And it does have limited offline access. So it's not really like Google where you can work offline in the same capacity, and then when you're back to internet access, it'll upload for you. So it does have some limits there. And one other thing that I thought was interesting was that Canva owns all of your intellectual property. So anything you create in Canva, Canva owns that. I do think there's a little bit of a learning curve to Canva. You definitely have to play around with it, especially if you're not someone who's a graphic designer. So I'll talk about that and elaborate on that a little bit more in my conclusions. But one thing I did want to show you too, I thought it was really cool that it would let you upload PDFs and make them editable. But when I tried doing that with one of my PDFs that I have for my pre-calculus class, when I uploaded it, it took away all the math formatting. So I create these in Word because Word has a really good equation editor, so I can type in all the math symbols. But then when I uploaded the PDF, it took away all of those. So it leaves the words, and it's editable. I can click on it and I can change the words that are here, but it took away the majority of the math symbols, and the font and the alignment is really off. You can see down at the bottom here, it's got little boxes. So I think maybe I would have to play around with that more, or maybe Canva needs to update that, or maybe there's not enough collaboration in the version that I'm uploading. So that was one area that I thought was a little disappointing, because sometimes we'll get PDFs of worksheets from our book companies, and you always think, oh, if I could just edit that one problem, that would be a great worksheet. So I thought I would be able to edit them in here, and it didn't work as smoothly as I had hoped. One other downside for me is that it does open a new tab for everything that you click on. So when you click on a project or you click on a template to look at it, it opens a new tab for you. So it can fill up your screen pretty quickly. But overall, I would say Canva does let you create a huge range of visual content. Students can definitely demonstrate their learning through the projects that they would make in Canva. However, sorting through all of the options, I think, could be a little overwhelming. It's a little overwhelming for me. Maybe that's because I'm just not a graphic designer. I haven't played around with it that much. So I think students could be overwhelmed with it too. So I would advise that teachers should definitely learn Canva a little bit before using it with their classrooms. You don't have to be an expert in it, but you at least have to know how to do the projects that you want your students to do. And I think teachers should probably give their students a little bit of guidance, kind of demonstrate how they're going to be doing the project, have very specific expectations until they can learn to navigate the site on their own and work independently. And even though Canva is super user-friendly, there are some designers that might just prefer other more professional platforms for themselves. So again, it's personal preference. And like any tool, if it doesn't inspire you and it doesn't help you create resources that you can use in your classroom, then you're not going to use it. But I would encourage you to play around with Canva and see if you can use it. But definitely communicate with your school district administration to make sure that you have approval to use Canva. And at Sycamore, they always tell us to make sure that the apps that we're using are SOPA approved. So that's the Student Online Personal Protection Act. So you just want to make sure that it's a safe app, that it's not collecting data and information from the students. These are a few of the resources that I found and used to build this information in this presentation. And you can find similar articles. This last one here is especially for teachers, 51 ways that teachers can use Canva. So that's where some of my ideas came from as well. But you can obviously search Google or search YouTube to find articles or videos on how to use Canva. And thanks for taking the time to watch this.